guys, so I want to kind of show you some initial work we're doing to kind of help this dog here. So if you just sit and observe her for a little bit, and you will as I'm talking here, you know, her ears are always up, she's constantly looking all over the place, she's constantly going from one thing to the next, sometimes with confidence, sometimes a little bit of nervousness, but she's brand new. We're helping her try to, you know, just kind of feel normal. Right now we're keeping her away from other dogs. She's had dog aggression issues, and so, yeah, in fact, we're just kind of working just us and her right now. But what we need to start out with, like I said, you can tell, like everything. There's like, I guess there's a person out there, but there's a person and she's interested. You know, there's no focus on me, you know, the person at the end of the leash, and I'm just getting to know her. But anyways, there's no focus on me. There's no focus on anything valuable. It's just her mind is going from one thing to the next. And so like I say, at a root level, this is adrenaline. I always call this chaos, you know, because as you see this is chaos. And so this mindset, you know, in fact, let me, now the board's full of notes. This mindset, I always tell people, picture a baseline. You know, on one end of the baseline, we've got complete, we'll say this end is chaos. The opposite of chaos in the natural world is control. And so she's not constantly at full chaos. It's not like she's constantly attacking and biting and growling and being aggressive. But she lives her life close to that line, you know, where she's never, you know, she's not very close to that control end. And so she's pretty far away. And so she's constantly like, one little thing changes and she can jump right into chaos. You know, a dog looks at her funny, she can attack. A person looks at her funny, she can bite. And so she's way too close to that end. Now, as people, as dogs, we never live anywhere on like this spectrum, you know, all at one, you know, forever. We move up and down depending on mood, depending on environment, depending on emotion, depending on all sorts of things. But like I said, a lot of dogs like her, and maybe your dog at home, maybe, you know, who I'm speaking to right now, maybe you've got this dog to where, you know, they live too close to the chaotic end, and so it turns into aggression. Or maybe it turns into, I'm thinking of another client I'm working with right now, destruction. You know, they leave, the dog gets destructive. And so whatever the case might be, what we want to do is we want to start teaching the dog a different way to think. And so, because like I said, what a lot of trainers want to do is just say, hey, don't do that. You know, you're pulling on a leash, don't do that. You're 2 inches over there, don't do that. What we want to do is we want to go more to the root and show the dog, hey, just think different. You know, you don't have to always, you know, have this intensity. Yeah. So like I said, that person is long gone, but she's still looking here, she's still looking there. This is just a dog that lives in chaos. And so like I say, you know, usually when I present this concept to clients and I say we've got control over here, chaos over here, like they get it and they recognize as they're looking at their dog, yeah, my dog lives a little bit too close to that chaos. But what do I do? You know, obviously next step is what do I do? Well, what we do is we got to push the dog up closer towards the control end, obviously. Now we don't want a dog living at this polar extreme, living there. Now I might want the dog there during certain periods. I might want the dog to lie down and stay for an hour, which means they're at the exact polar extreme of complete control. But I don't want the dog like that all the time. That's a robot dog. But I do want the dog, you know, if my baseline's here, you know, I do want the dog living, you know, pretty close, you know, to where there's plenty of times we allow them to go closer over here and play and wrestle and go after the tennis ball and all sorts of stuff. But most of the time, the way that we exist is we walk calm, we hang around the house calm, we act calm just most of the time. And so like I say, getting up to that more controlled end is about understanding why our dogs do the things that, you know, we don't want them to do. And if our dogs aren't doing the things that we want them to do, there's 3 reasons: focus problems, communication problems, and relationship problems. And so we tend to, it's always different, but we tend to start from that focus end where we say, okay, she has no focus on me. You know, if I go back and look at the video, she probably has looked at me, how long have we been going, Sarah?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. She's probably looked at me for what, 4 seconds out of those 4 minutes?
Yeah. There's
no concept of me being on the end of the leash for this dog. You know, she has no recognition that I need to pay attention to the person at the other end of the leash. Now, I don't really know her, but she was like this with her owners too. And so this isn't just like a me problem. This is a challenge that she has, that she's never learned how to focus. And so that's where I want to start with a dog like this. Now, focus is built through what I call teaching spatial awareness, teaching the dog to be aware of their space as it relates to me. And so the way that we're going to start teaching this, now that I've gotten to know her a little bit over the past little while, you know, that she's been here, even though I've gotten to know her, she still doesn't even pay attention to me. But now that I've gotten to know her a little bit, we're going to start using the e-collar. Now on the e-collar, we're going to use a low level. When I say low, low is different for every dog. But what I'm looking for is slight recognition. I don't want any pain. I don't want any yelp. I don't want, I just want the dog to recognize, okay, that feels weird. And so, it's just different, just something out of the ordinary that calls the attention. And so what I'm going to do is when I have no focus, I'm going to use just very light stimulation. And I'm going to hold up my hand when I'm using the stim so you can see when I'm using it. And so I don't think she can even feel this level, but I'm going to hold it down. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I tried offering her food before the video. She didn't want food, so we're not going to use food for now. We'll probably try to use food as we progress with her. But anyway, so I'm going to do it again. So a little bit of stim. Now as I use the stim, oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. As I use the stim, I use a little bit of the leash. Now this is one area where people make a lot of mistakes with the e-collar, is they want the dog to understand just this. And I want the dog to understand just this, and I want the dog to understand beyond this as well. But as we begin, I can't just hit buttons and hope my dog gets it. And so I'm going to hold it down, a little bit of pulling towards me. Second she comes, that's a good girl. And so what we're doing, if we equate this to like an itch, this is itchy, it's just a little bit annoying. It's not painful, it's just something different. And so if we see it from the dog's perspective, she's got no focus, she's over here looking at this. Yeah, a little itch. She turns around, it's gone. It happens again. It happens again. It happens again. With enough repetition, we start to see, she starts to realize, okay, every time I feel that little itch, pay attention to the handler. And so usually in a couple sessions, we can achieve like far more focus than real focus than you could ever achieve with just treats alone. With just treats alone, like you might get that focus if the dog feels like it, but if the dog doesn't feel like it, not so much. And so like I say, I'm going to use a little stim. Oh, good girl. Good girl. I'm going to go down real low here. So in case you're familiar with this, I started at 4. That was a 6. And on 6, she kind of looked a little bit too much. It wasn't bad at all, but I want to go down to a 5. And so a little bit of, come on. Oh, good girl. What a good girl. That's a good puppy. Good girl. So we lose focus. Come on. Come on. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yes, you are. Okay. Come on. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Come on. Oh, good girl. There you go. There you go. So I'm going to work her through this for a little bit and see kind of what she starts to understand. Come on. So I'm still holding it down because I'm not. Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So she's still hesitant to focus, and I think it's two things. Number one, I don't think she's ever really done it before. I don't think she's ever paid attention to the handler. I mean, like, there you go. Oh, yeah. Perhaps if she feels like it, she's looked at the handler, but she's never, like, truly engaged with the handler. She's 9 years old. Come on. Come on. So I'm still holding it down. A little bit of pressure with that leash. Come on. Oh, good girl. There we go. There we go. And right now I'm not insisting that she looks at me. Oh, good girl. If she does, I'm going to give her extra praise. But what I am doing is helping her realize, tickle, itch, come back, tickle, itch, come back. And with enough repetition, we should start to see her wanting to actually engage with me. She wants to engage with anything but me right now. Come on. Come on. Oh, what a good girl. What a good girl. But yeah, so like I said, I think she's not looking at me because she's not used to it, number one. Number two, I think she's in a little bit of avoidance behavior. Well, I kind of know her a little bit. I don't know her great. And so I'm using this to kind of get to know her and to kind of help her learn how to pay attention to me. Come on. Come on. Come on. So there's a distraction outside now, so I'm still holding it down. I'm not going to jump my level because it's not something she understands. Come on. I'm just going to kind of keep going. Oh, good girl. No, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, there you go. So the second she started coming, I released it. Yeah, you're all over the place, huh? Yeah, mentally she's just in different lands. Come on. Come on. Good. 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 So like I said, I've been at 5 and 6. So if you're familiar with e-collar technologies, that is very, very low. Come on. Oh, good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. So like I said, I think as we get to know each other, she'll look at me more, and if she's not feeling an avoidance, and with just repetition. Come on. Oh, good girl. So again, every time I drop that hand is when I'm releasing the pressure, when I'm releasing the little itch. Come on. Come on. Oh, good girl. And so what I want to see if there's a moment. Come on. You know, if we do this for a few minutes, we visibly start to see her calm down. And some of that adrenaline starts to kind of leach out of the system. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. And I'm starting to see a little bit more relaxation of the body language. Like right there, it's not such a stiff gait. Come on. Good girl. There you go. Yeah, see, every time she comes to me, she's a little hesitant to do so. I think that's she just doesn't know me yet. Come on. Oh, what a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Like I said, you can tell her body language, come on, is visibly calming. Good girl. Good girl. She's not so stiff. You know, she's not, well, there she is now that she sees a person off in the distance. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. I know this video is getting a little bit long, but I just want to show that with enough focus work, come on, we can start to see a dog. There you go. There you go. And that time she came to me, she's actually looking up at me. Come on. With a genuine interest. Come on. But boy, she sees people and she's just interested. Good. Like I say, you know, that last time there's a genuine interest. Come on. Come on. Queen, come on. So still going to hold it down. Not going to jump levels because she doesn't understand what I'm asking. Come on. Come on. Queen, come on. Oh. So I've noticed the last couple times that she's been super intent, I crouch down and it's enough to get that focus. Just something to think about and work with your own dogs. Come on. Come on. Oh, what a good girl. What a good girl. There we go. Come on. Good. There you go. There you go. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. So like I say, I get a little bit of calmness out of her, and then she sees something and she loses it again. Like I said, it's a little bit to be expected at this stage. But what I like is that there's this softening. You know, that as she starts to learn how to focus, the adrenaline can't exist in a focused body. Now the adrenaline's going back up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. And so the better we teach the dog how to focus, come on, the less she, you know, like I say, dogs can't exist in two different opposing states of mind at the same time. And so like I say, if we end up using food with her because she wants it, it's got to be calm. You know, if she's like freaking out to get food, we don't want that. All of our communication with her is going to be calm because we don't want to meet adrenaline with, you know, adrenaline of our own. And so, come on. Come on. Good. So in any case, this is like a first real session with her. And I just kind of wanted to show the direction that I like to go with it. I'll show some more kind of updates as we have her over the next month and work with her and kind of help her through these aggression problems, anxiety problems, and these problems that have plagued her. But in any case, oh, now she's really distracted. I'm going to get the focus back on me. Good. And like I say, this is a unique kind of dog because a lot of dogs, a little bit of focus work, and they'll calm down, and she does, but she just spikes up so quickly. Again, she's 9 years old. I think she's become so used to doing this. Come on. Over the course of her decade. Hey, sweetie. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. So on our end, lots of teaching, lots of showing, and like I say, we'll keep you updated on the progress.